Let's go live now to Ecuador, where the National Electoral Council authorities are offering statements regarding the presidential elections that is on the way in the South American country. Let's listen.
Count the ballots. The tally sheets will be processed and uploaded to the informatics system in real time and will be published for the public through the official channels of the National Electoral Council, www.gov.com as the website, in the Telegram platform, and in the mobile application CNE app, which has an updating for Android and iOS mobiles. These applications must be updated so they can get the results that are presented by the National Electoral Council. Now we give the floor to Enrique Pita Garcia, Vice President of the National Electoral Council. As it has characterized this National Electoral Council in these general elections 2020-2025, a series of mechanisms of inclusiveness that facilitate the voting to people with handicaps, and 4,762 tally polls have been developed, and as a demonstration of the practices of inclusive voting, several braille ballots have been developed for people with visual handicaps. Now we give the floor to Jose Cabrera, advisor of the National Electoral Council. In the circuits of the exterior, abroad, Europe, Australia, and Asia, the voting time has ended. The voting time is going to be at 19 hours abroad. From reports from consulates and embassies and votes abroad from the National Electoral Council are recording an important part of Ecuadorians that are going to the polls in several countries. Thank you. We move on with the participation of General Nilo Estrada, electoral delegate of the Armed Forces. Mrs. President of the National Electoral Council, advisors, Commander General of the National Police, Ecuadorian people, greetings from the Armed Forces, and I would like to express that during this day, so far we have not had any incident in the 4,350 polls stations, and that is why it's important to thank for the participation of the citizens and of the work that has been done along with the National Electoral Council that has provided a successful upcoming, and all of the facilities have been provided to the viewers abroad, to the press staff and the delegates of the political parties so that they can carry out their job in any place necessary. We move on with the participation of General Henry Tapia, delegate in the Electoral Police, National Electoral Police. Good afternoon, Mrs. President of the National Electoral Council, authorities here present in the Directive Board, National Police. I would like to inform that during the electoral event, we continue to keep the over 50,000 servers available for the population and to control the voting system. And also we inform that there are 699 calls that have been sent to the citizens that have inflicted the SECA law. Also, we have recorded about 10 citizens among detainees and imprisoned for several causes. Among them, 49 people with uh, fines, 70 people, and among them for material damage and other causes, several others. We ratified that so far national police are outside the poly rooms and to guarantee the security of the delegations from abroad that are here in the country. Once we have known the information regarding the electoral day, we are going to inform about the informatic system and in the presence of our authorities according to the rules of integration, implementation, and functioning of the electoral system of publishing tally sheets. The National Electoral Council will reveal the system of voting the day of election in the presence of a public notary. And Dr. Raul Ceballos is joining us in that sense. And in our screen is reveal what is going to be carried out through the system. And we demand to the administrator of the informatic system of scrutiny, engineer Gladys, to enter the system to start with the process.
Reiteramos que esta es una transmisión en vivo desde el Centro de Mando y Difusión de Resultados de la ciudad de Quito, en la que el Consejo Nacional Electoral se encuentra a esta hora cumpliendo lo que dice la normativa, realizando el enceramiento del sistema informático.
We reiterate that this is a live broadcasting from the center of the broadcasting of results from Quito, in which the National Electoral Council is accomplishing their duty with the informatic system.
Nos acompaña el doctor Raúl Ceballos, notario sexagésimo del Cantón Quito, quien da fe de lo que se está realizando.
We're joined by Dr. Raul Ceballos, notary of Quito, who ratifies what is happening here.
Para los candidatos de cada dignidad se encuentra en cero, como podemos observar a través de la pantalla.
Once this is done, we verify that voting for the candidates of each party is at 0, as we can see through the screen.
Una vez que se complete la verificación, que exista 0 votos para todas las dignidades, se procederá a imprimir el reporte de enceramiento que será suscrito las actas por la
Once we complete the verification and that there are 0 votes for all of the entities, we will proceed to impress the report of reviewing the informatic system that will be delivered to Dr. Raul Ceballos, notary of Quito, who ratifies the transparency of this process.
En este momento se están imprimiendo las actas respectivas en las que se puede validar el reporte del enceramiento del sistema.
Right now, we are printing the tally sheets in which we can validate the reports. of stealing the informatics system.
Reiteramos a quienes se están enganchando a esta transmisión en vivo a través de cadena nacional de radio y televisión que nos encontramos desde el centro de mando y difusión de resultados en la ciudad de Quito, donde a esta hora se realiza el encerramiento del sistema informático.
We reiterate to those who are joining this live broadcast through radio and television, we are from the command center and diffusion of results from Quito, when right now it's being carried out the sealing of the computer system, and a few minutes ago was revealed the report of the incidents recorded through this journey.
Del sistema informático de escrutinio y resultados CIER, ingeniera Gladys Flores.
We proceed to sign the sheets signed by the national coordinator of the informatics system of vote counting, Gladys Flores. The same way, Dr. Raul Ceballos receives the document and signs it, 64th Notary of Quito Canton.
Para que lo puedan ver todos los ecuatorianos que están siguiendo esta cadena nacional que se encuentra en cero la base de datos.
We demand please to show to the cameras to ratify the transparency of this process so all the Ecuadorian people can see it, those tuned with this channel. The database is at 0.
Nuestro siguiente reporte será en las próximas horas. Les invitamos a seguir conectados a través de los canales oficiales del Consejo Nacional Electoral. Les vamos a dejar
this way, we want to thank those who are tuned with this broadcast, and the following report is going to take place in the next hours. We invite you to stay tuned with the official channels of the National Electoral Council. We will leave you with an important video.
Ecuador listening to the authorities of the National Electoral Council in the latest official report regarding the presidential elections underway in the South American country. Less than 2 hours before the closing of the polling stations, the president of the CNE, Diana Atamait, called on the population to go to exercise the right to vote and thank the people for the discipline demonstrated today. So far, 30% of the population has participated in these general elections without reported incidents. This is all for the moment, but we will continue bringing you the latest in this topic, so stay tuned with teleSUR in English.